Hello and welcome to another video. In today's episode we are going to take another look at the Arch user repository and more specifically about developmental packages in the AUR, which are usually noted or denoted by the -git suffix, and we are also going to take a look at how exactly can we handle them and update them using the AUR utils Arch user repository helper, the AUR helper. So basically we have to note that the difference between the something and something -git package is that many of these packages come in a stable release and unstable development versions. So in a lot of cases the AUR has both the stable and the development version, or some cases the stable version is in some of the official repositories and the unstable is in the AUR. So for example, if we take a look at the OpenXCom extended, then we can see that it has both the OpenXCom extended and the OpenXCom extended -git in these in the AUR, the Arch user repository. So maybe it's a good idea to take a look exactly what it means. And for that I prepared a slideshow. So what are these developmental packages in the AUR and how do we handle them? So this is kind of a very simplified graph of how the software usually developed with these kind of version control systems. So for example, there are 3 different people who are developing the code, and they each submit their new code to this kind of a developmental code base, which is usually not accessed by the public, because if, let's say, this developer makes a mistake and submits code that has a serious error in it, then maybe you cannot even compile the binary for this program or something. So this can be messy sometimes. Maybe they are in the middle of testing some features and adding the constantly updating stuff and trying to figure out what are the bugs and kind of fix them. And so when the code is accepted, then it is usually get pushed to this kind of the master branch, which is what is usually visible to the public. And so if you have some kind of your own idea, then you usually base your own idea based on this master branch and try to give them your new code, which will then go to the developmental code base, and if they accept your code, that will be then included in the master branch. So this is a very like a bird's eye view of this kind of collaborative open source development. And so when, for example, developers decide that okay, so all our features that we wanted to implement for now are fine enough, there are not too many bugs, or it is a very easily usable, the software kind of reaches some kind of a milestone, then they can release a milestone version, which they usually can give it like a nice version number like 1.2, 1.5, or I don't know, 10 point something. So this is kind of the 3 main steps. And so when we have a developmental package in the AUR, that is usually coming from this master branch, and this master branch is changing all the time. So because as soon as some kind of code got accepted from the developers, that usually gets pushed to this master branch, or whatever they call it nowadays. And so this one, when you build the package from source from the AUR, then the AUR package can just have like a link to like always just get the newest version from their server. So like the version control system, maybe it is on GitHub or GitLab, and it can have a link to just some kind of link to this master branch, and always the newest version will be built if you build this AUR package. And so there are some packages which are the stable packages. These can be binaries, like someone already pre-compiled the binary and put it in the AUR, or they can just distribute the source code in the AUR, or some programs are, a lot of programs actually are in the official repository in a binary form. So these are from the milestone releases. So if you have like a source package in the AUR for a milestone release that will just link to like a tarball, like a zipped together version of the source code that is always from this milestone release, doesn't matter what happens in the master branch. And so what is happening that if there is like a new milestone release, so maybe we had 1.1 and they release 1.2, then what should be done is the AUR package, the package build should be updated with this new version and linked to the new version there. But in the developmental package it doesn't happen because it always links to the newest version. So that's is kind of a problem when we are working with an AUR helper like aurutils, is that you can check for the updated packages in AUR, but it will only check the version listed in the package build. So if we go back to the homepage of the AUR and take a look at this OpenXCom extended, so they have this nice version like 6.5.4, and so if we check the package build here, we can see that this package version is given by the pkg variable here, and the source is basically linking to some kind of so this commit, this version is based on this commit, so we have this variable here and it links to this specific variable as the source, and basically just prepares and builds the binary from this. So this is very simple for the maintainer, because once there is like a new version, new milestone version, can just change the package version, they can change the number of the commit here, and then that commit will be always downloaded. So it doesn't matter if there is a new version published, as long as this package build file is not updated, then this OpenXCom extended AUR package will always just link to the same exact commit. But if we check out the OpenXCom extended -git version, even though, so this one will also have a package version here named, but here the source is just openxcom.git. So this is basically always the newest version that is published in the master branch or the main branch of the development. And this one has an additional function here, the package var function, which is basically has this very complicated awk command that will extract the current version from this newest package. So basically goes to this openxcom.git, checks what the version of that newest published code is, and it will do some magic to prepare a newer version number. So instead of this version that is given up here, it will update that version using this this function. And so if we go to my package, so this is the theme that I maintain in the AUR, and in this package build we can see that it also just goes to this git name. So git name is basically just the name of this on GitHub. So this is the name on GitHub, so it will always just get the newest version. And we also have this package var function, which uses here the git describe command and uses this sed magic to create a version number like this. So once you install this git package, so this -git package, what will happen is this package version will be updated in your local package build file, and the newer version, so of course always the newest version, will be used. And so if we go back to the slideshow, so now we can understand what exactly it means that this AUR repo-u command only lists the updated packages and only checks the version listed in the package build. So for the git package, which we can take a look in the console here. So if I go down enough, here I can type in the AUR repo command and say -u, which will list the updated packages. You can see that there are some packages in my my custom repository, so you use a custom repository in this aurutils, and so this package in the custom repository have been updated based on the package builds that are uploaded to the AUR homepage. So if I type in AUR repo-a, this will list all my packages that are available from this custom repository. So all the AUR packages that I decided to kind of get into my custom repository that I can install. So we can see that this adapta GTK theme color pack -josh-by-git package is is basically, this is my version, and this is the version that is found in the AUR, and you can see that my version is newer than the version in the AUR because I already did the update. But so based on this command, you won't be able to see if the Git version has been updated. So you can see that all these other software that are not Git versions, you can see if they are updated or not, because that is, if they are updated, the package build file is updated. But so this package can be updated without the package build file in the AUR being updated. I hope I am quite kind of clear with this. So, but if I go to do AUR sync package name, which I could do, then it will only sync to newer version if this is in the package build. So let's check what happens if I say AUR sync and paste here my, oh, what happened here? So AUR sync adapta-gtk, I hope I can type it properly, josh-git, and okay, you can see that my version is newer than what is in the AUR, so there is nothing to do. But what if there is a newer version, which I might know, because we can check my AUR page here, and so there is a link to upstream, and I go follow this link, and you can see that this last have been updated 11 days ago, and well, here you can see the commit name, like 2bd8f7d, which checking in the console is 2bd8f7d. So this is basically that one. So there is no newer change, but if you found a newer change based on upstream, then how could you force your aurutils to update? So it's very easy. You can force the update. There is this F switch, but that is only true for rebuilding the package. So this won't actually force the update if you have or if it does not seem to find a newer version. So if this -f switch is mostly useful if you have like some of your dependencies have been updated, so the package you installed from the AUR doesn't work anymore. Reference to our previous video for the dependencies and how do they work, so that you can solve by the -f switch. But so yeah, the package in the AUR has not been updated, but there are some underlying dependencies that have been, so you have to recompile. Then you can use this F switch. And there is the --nover and the --nover-shallow switches, which will ignore the version specified in the package build and will go forward with the download and the build. And there is some difference. So if your dependencies are also built from the AUR, then this nover will basically so the nover what is it, Nover switch will basically force the ignoring the version check for all the packages, so even the dependencies. But if you are using the Nover-shallow switch, this switch will only ignore the version check for the packages that are directly specified in your command. So if this package wants to pull in a dependency, it will still check the version of that dependency. So it depends on your use case which one should be better. I think in most of the cases it doesn't matter, because mostly the dependencies are not pulled from the AUR. But if you have you really are running like a very up-to-date system, and you have a lot of packages that are like -git, so like even your dependencies are coming from these developmental branches, then you should probably just use the --nover and just use all the dependencies will be always re-downloaded and rebuilt. So let's take a look at what happens if I give the same command here, but I will say --nover. Then you can see that it will retrieve the files from the AUR, even though the versions are conflicting. And well, I have no idea where to look for which one is the package build here. Yeah, this is the package build, file package build. So I found it. So I can check my package build file. You can see that the version number here is not the newest one, but it has this package version function here. So let's :q and :q again. And now you can see that it will not build the new package, because it will skip build package because it is the same version, and that will cause the file name to be exactly the same. So now if I really want to rebuild, because maybe this is not a binary, this is just a theme pack, it doesn't matter, but maybe you have a binary, then you can just use the Nover-f switch, and let's just let it roll, and it will basically re-download and rebuild your package again. So now that pacman run, I just forgot that I cannot just ignore this, because if you are actually updating the packages, so this will just say that there is nothing to do, because the package name and the package version has not changed in this case. So if you are actually rebuilding a package with a newer version, there won't be a problem, of course, because there will be a newer version, even though you had to ignore the original version check. But the package that you built on your own system is now the newer version, so pacman will build that. But if you had to rebuild a binary package because of a dependency update, then it might be useful to actually force pacman to do the update for that specific package. And for that, you can just run sudo pacman-s and package name, which I luckily copied this time. Press enter, and it will tell you that the adaptGTK theme is up to date. It will reinstall. So basically, you don't need to give any additional switches to pacman to force a reinstall, and then it will just reinstall it after warning you. So this is what you have to do if you reinstall a package due to recompiling due to a dependency. And thank you for watching this video. I hope I could clarify a few things and gave you some useful hints about the AUR utils and the developmental packages, Git packages. And so subscribe to the channel for more. Leave a comment if you have any questions or comments regarding this topic. You can check out the playlist for more Arch Linux explainer videos, and give a like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.